And I'm gonna go ahead and it took me about 3 days to upload this video because I was under heavy psychic attack, extremely heavy psychic attack coming from this Maria Tavarez higher self. She had been stealing my soul consciousness. It got to the point where my father's, you know how I say that our ancestors have a connection to God and all of that, had to get involved. My dad's higher self, along with my connection to God, which is connected to my father. They have my energy body open, so I'm afraid to say certain things because I'm afraid of shit getting snatched with the way my energy body is. I literally feel shit moving around in it. Them road spirits were able to actually procure a part of my consciousness that got, soul consciousness that got stolen from Maria Tavarez. As soon as they did, the movement and all of that stopped. It's very, very severe. The infestation is very, very severe. Anyways, for the past couple of days, I had just spent, time trying to get this shit off and get this bitch out of here. And she's been, from what I understand, she wants to take full control of my consciousness, her higher self, so that she can ultimately have me as a sacrifice and kill me in my sleep. And so, like I said before, it got to the extreme point where I had to, my father's higher self had to get involved, my family, my ancestors and all of that. And so, with that being said, I wanted to break free of the root of the curse. And I'm going to say this right now, I think these people know the people that put this shit on me. With that being said, in the astral plane, my father did something to help break free of them, because it was those two people. It's an Ingrid Hibert. I'm trying to think of the name of her husband. He looks like this guy here. Jefferson or whatever, but white. I've seen him in the astral plane, and I saw CIA by his name and all of that. And I saw my higher selves in a CIA room. It reminds me of MK Ultra. Them roach attachments have to be some MK Ultra shit, but I heard that a lot of Mexicans, a lot of people in the spirit plane, a lot of Hispanics are familiar with roach attachments. But anyways, with that being said, we broke free of them by removing them as my higher selves, and it's just been madness ever since. Putting all sorts of roach attachments in my timelines to fuck up my consciousness even more. They had Maria Tavarez doing that. They were giving her roach attachments to help do that. They stole a part of my child consciousness and were putting roach attachments in that and just making shit worse to the point where that shit could kill me. And I could literally feel it, and it got to the point where they got into my subconscious, which is where your soul and all of that is, and nearly fucked that up. Your soul, energy body, the keys, the keys to your consciousness, all of that is back there. Your consciousness at a rudimental level. And I started feeling like something was about to control me. I started feeling like something was, manipulating me. I already kind of have it with them roach attachments. They be right, but I got to get all that evil shit off. Roach attachments, 1150 hertz, 7000 hertz in conjunction could be used to get rid of them, because they make the shit more egregious. So I just got to get rid of that. Anyways, we got rid of their higher selves that were connected to me, especially going back to the August 22nd, 2022 timeline, and it's just been bedlam ever since. From what I recall, I think they connected to the physical people. It's just their higher selves. And, the names I got was Alexis, Monday, and all of that. Like I said, I just want to get my shit back. 1714, 1715 hertz could be used to get that. But anyways, I was playing 7000 hertz frequency because when they enter, this shit done turned into roach attachments. Her, Maria Tavarez, whenever she enters my body, I can feel her moving around. And even if I play like 960 hertz, which gets rid of energy vampires like her, or 451, 452 hertz, I can't. I'll still feel her. And, you know, there were on a couple of occasions I could feel like little knives and shit cutting me up. It's serious. It's very, very serious. And I'm going to say this right now. You know, these road spirits will be like, oh, no, don't play that. Next thing you know, I play a certain frequency and it'll work against me. And I've seen it where before she's gotten into my spirit body and started fucking shit up. So anyways, that's why I haven't uploaded this video. And it took me a while for me to be able to upload it. Anyways, I'm going to do what I can do on my end, because this shit actually expects you to hold your thoughts still to the point where you ain't got any, which is dangerous, because I'm trying to hold on to my consciousness as much as I can while you're getting spirit energy work done. And it's like the minute you have a thought, and we do have intrusive thoughts that you can't help and you ain't supposed to help, that this shit corrupts the flow of your consciousness. You lose something, fuck something up. And I feel something like moving around right now, fucking shit up. So with that being said, I'm just going to say this. You know, they talking about getting rid of my father's soul consciousness out of me, my dad, that the original timeline that you have, consciousness from when you were a child, it's evil fucking shit. This shit gotta go. Anyways, with that being said, I'm going to continue trying to do energy work to get this shit off. I'm thinking about going to a Reiki healer and getting all this evil shit off. Because them people, two higher selves and all of that, I was able to get the two timelines back, which is connected to my soul consciousness and my lifeline, my bloodline, from them three people. Maria Tavarez was the one who kept stealing it. So I wouldn't be able to, you know, I believe I got soul swapped and all that, wouldn't be able to get back. And also in conjunction, she kept, so she could torture my ass, but, you know, steal all my shit. She kept stealing my shit so that she could kill me in my sleep. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead. I'm seriously thinking about going to a Reiki healing and getting this shit off. Because it's getting to the point with this Maria Tavarez, to the point where I might die. Literally, I might fucking die. The way this bitch is operating, the way she's doing shit. This is an evil wetbag bitch. I might die, and I fear that. It's getting critical. I'm gonna say this. It's getting critical to the point where I could. This bitch already tore, you know, my soul consciousness away. Remove that. That's your lifeline, your lifeblood. That's not only a roadmap for your life and your identity. That gives you life. Same thing with my father. And going back to that August 22nd, 2022 timeline, is my dad here. His soul consciousness, and was fucking with my dead brother from who died in 2012. My brother here. You know, the timelines are connected to your body. So with that being said, I'm going to have to get this bitch out and have to put my shit back together. Because with these roaches, they try their best to help and, you know, go in tranquil, they call it. But with shit like this, it's like there's going to be all sorts of incursions coming into your body. And I'm trying to maintain this as much as I can. And you know, like I say, it's when I'm getting work done, you know, when I'm being put back and I'm about to get something back, I get excited. You can't help that. This shit delves too much into the internal operations of your body. The wetbag bitch gonna have to go. But all three of that evil shit that's connected to the asses, from what I understand, their lower cells, paid them 34 grand on March the 23rd or 21st, 2024. I feel this bitch moving certain parts of my consciousness right now and torment me. They put this bitch, they paid her to sacrifice me, and she accepted the money. It's the people at 8704 Broadway. With that being said, by 87 and she tormenting me right now for telling the truth. 87 and Broadway in South Central. With that being said, I'm gonna have to do something about this shit. I'm gonna have to get this shit out. Because it's going to continue to fuck my ass up, and I'm going to continue to get fucked up in not just life, but shit's just going to be fucked up. So I'm going to have to get some type of break-a healing or something to get this shit off, because, you know, this is getting extreme. Just want to go ahead and start off by saying I want to thank all the people that's been praying for me and looking out for me. You know, I have a friend of mine named Gardner Earth guy who really don't take a lot of stuff seriously. And he checked in with me today to make sure that I'm okay. With that said, you know, with the help of roach spirits and all of that, they're helping me out tremendously, very tremendously. So my shit don't leave my body like it did last time when my soul consciousness got taken out. I'm going to say something right now. When something takes out your soul consciousness, that spells death. Your soul consciousness is not just your identity and your roadmap for life. It's also, it connects you to the living. And she actually took out the soul consciousness of my father, going back to that August the 22nd, 2022 timeline. Where both of my parents died in their sleep and I got soul swapped. With that being said, you know, I know something happened. You know, I saw my parents' soul consciousness from that timeline, as well as another version of my father from another. So that shit's real. It's connected to your consciousness, your heart chakra. Like I said, your timelines and all of that live within your body. And with that being said, I know something happened. So with that being said, I had my soul consciousness stolen by that woman's highest self, Maria Tavarez, the one I went to a reading for at 8704 Broadway, by 87 in Broadway in South Central, in the middle of the night. And it felt so real and palpable to the point where I literally felt, even though it's my spirit body, I can feel the physical bones, if that makes any sense, of my spirit body. I came really, really close to death that night, and I could have died in my sleep. And that's a very, very scary prospect to face. to face mortality like that, and to get, to feel helpless with your shit getting stolen. Aside from the road spirits, they've been, like I say, they've been helping me out tremendously. I've been using this black kyanite, which is really good. A good friend of mine's, not a good friend, but really cool dude, he's from Guatemala. He was talking about seeing a monarch. A monarch kept circling us, and every time he comes over to me, he always talk about spiritual issues. And I was able to emote, for the first time with somebody, a physical person, about my situation, because, it's hard to talk about something like this without sounding schizophrenic, and talk about the unbearable pain that it's done to me. Knowing that my parents in their timeline, that Maria Tavarez woman incinerated them. As a matter of fact, I made a category about them on my blog, on toplessinla.org. I know I haven't been updating it. I plan on updating it today to talk about how to get somebody's higher self. That's very scary when you have something as sentient as a person's higher self moving around in your spirit body. As a matter of fact, one of them roach spirits was able to procure some of the entity attachments, some of which were the roach spirits, that was tied to that soul consciousness, at least a part of it. She was about to steal all of it. She did it, again, to my fault in that August the 22nd, 2022 timeline that could have killed me. And I felt that. That's very, very palpable. Like I say, the roach spirit suggested sleeping with the black kyanite, and that's been helping ever since. I'm also thinking about maybe getting like a rainbow crystal quartz or something that can uphold my energy body. Tiger's eye does that. Cat's eye is also very good for that as well, and I got that. It's like, with something like this trolling around in your spirit body, it's like you can't even talk or even have your own thoughts with something with that evil shit swirling around, planning on doing something evil to you. So with that being said, in the middle of the night, I had some of my original higher selves try to come through for me from when I was a child. My dad, they tried to get my shit back, and the roach spirits were setting it up so, that bitch can't go anywhere. That bitch can't go anywhere. And she can't steal my shit. And blocked her, so that she couldn't make away with my stuff. She's been removing things like my soul consciousness, my consciousness, all of that, so that she can kill me in my sleep. From what I understand, she set me up to be a sacrifice. The physical reader, I couldn't believe it when I first heard it as well. Like going back to March the 21st or the 24th, 2024, she got paid by the first people. It's two folks in Malibu. In Ingrid Hibert, I got, from what I understand, this woman looks a lot like. I remember getting into it with her one night. When I used to have a Mustang, I actually have like a good, somebody who's been watching me for a long time, Captain Bread, he's funny. He actually was saying that he was checking out a Mustang, but it would happen tonight. My Mustang that I used to own and live out of by choice, those were fun fucking days, man. If I could go back to when I lived on the PCH, I would in a heartbeat. I would change so many fucking things so shit don't come to where it is now, because I'm going to say something right now. I know for a fact, like I said, I'm going to sound schizophrenic. I felt like I was sounding schizophrenic to that dude yesterday. Going back to August the 22nd, 2022, I got soul swapped. I'm not in my body. When you get energy harvested as bad as I am, where you could have people's highest selves come in and infiltrate, that's oftentimes a sign of energy harvest. The sign of soul swapping. It happens to a lot of famous celebrities like Adele, Kanye West. Eminem got soul swapped. They killed him in a car crash in 2006, and they pretty much did what Maria Tavarez did to my dad, my mom. and burned his body or limited him down. Actually, they killed his spirit body. You can use 3571 hertz, 3517 hertz, which is a lot more successful, or 117 plus 800 hertz. Even if you cremate a body, you can still revive somebody because their ancestors, all them entity attachments, just like that woman's trying to remove from me, live within you. They live in your bones. They live in your hair. They live on the exterior. They live on the interior. I know that for a fact due to this curse. Now, with that being said, you can use 3571 hertz, 3517 hertz. I was actually giving these frequencies to some young women in a shelter I was staying at to revive a spirit body. 117 hertz combined with 800 hertz can help to revive a physical body, and that's actually superior to the others because, like I say, with the physical body, a material body, your shit is a lot more corporal. It's dense. So it can't be fucked with as much. And I thought about going to a graveyard one night. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like I'm in the realm of the dead, you know, myself. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. And you can use that to revive a spirit body. You know, because I believe the spirit body is still connected to the physical. The Illuminati does something where they try to disconnect you, but I don't think they can fall away. You can always be revived in the spirit plane. You can always be revived. There's, you know, to me, impossibility, especially in the spirit plane, is impossible. But it helps to have... Oh, nah, this is some evil ass shit. The minute I mentioned that, something cut off the part of my body I was talking about. Yeah, this is dangerous. I gotta get this evil ass wetbag bitch, this motherfucker's high self out of me. I gotta get this motherfucker out. Them roach spirits were trying, but it's hard when you're made to feel. It's like doing surgery while a person is awake, having things move around you, move in your body. It's damn near next to impossible to get put back together. You know, I've been trying to do something, you know, I took iron tablets, which helps to keep your consciousness in and to quell that so you don't have as much movement. I plan to take, I can't have my body exteriorized like that because that's dangerous to be open to the spirit plane like that. I plan to use magnesium tablets, from what I understand are very good for it. A nice, cool young lady who actually had a son who looks a lot like my dad. Whenever I look at that baby, it reminds me of my poor dad. She suggested, what's the name of that? It starts with a P. Primrose. Primrose is supposed to be, you know, in the spirit plane, it could put you back together. This that bitch been stealing my soul consciousness and their entity attachments. That's why I can feel her moving around so that she could kill me in my sleep. But anyways, Captain Brett was talking about getting a Mustang, which reminds me of the good old days when I used to live on the PCH, and I used to do a lot of, you know, I was just carefree back then. You know, like I say, if I knew what I know now, if I knew looking at these articles, what I know now, that hinted at a soul swap in the future, They all connote to 3 women, and the most significant one was where I had a dream about industry executives. Those are some evil motherfuckers. From what I understand, going back to that timeline, they're aware of soul swapping, and that's pretty common, banal, part of course for them. And a lot of women, a lot of people get soul swapped who they don't like. And, you know, I wasn't famous on the PCH, but I was known. A lot of people knew me, but I wasn't, you know, like a big time celebrity like a Kanye West. And, you know, from what I understand, they don't show the person's, you know, face in the spirit plane. I think they do. You know, you got to use 694 hertz, 695 hertz to see. But anyways, I had industry executives, their higher to higher selves, come to me back in 2020, way before this curse really hit. I already had something on me. I had buku shit on me, going back to Bear Insanity, and people were warning me about it, and I wasn't aware of it. You know, I had an old beanbag bitch back in my old apartment, for instance, say, we put a curse on you. And I just wasn't aware of it at the time, but I knew, you know, I had a good friend of mine. She was a Cuban shaman. Her name was Tina Bateret. I wonder how she, you know, I actually saw her in that timeline saying it's good that she took out her body. Make a long story short, she was telling me you're supposed to have a lot of money coming to you back in 2016. You're supposed to be extremely, you know, there's supposed to be a silver lining to what you're enduring. And I endured a lot, but none like what I'm enduring now. This is hell. I'm in hell. And I'm trying my best to break free of it. You know, that's why I thank y'all for the well wishes and for the prayers. And with that being said, she was telling me, you have a lot of money coming to you. And, you know, I wasn't aware of it. You know, I'm going to say this right now. The only blessing that came was when I got evicted. That was one of the only blessings I had. Where when I got evicted in 2016, I won $3,000 in the lawsuit. I hadn't seen money like that since the days I used to live in MacArthur Park making that much money as an escort. You know, and that was back when I was under Bear Insanity in his higher self. And, you know, that's one good thing about his curse. At least he made sure I had. And I was never, the floor never left me. You know, with the curse them 2 motherfuckers put on me. I got an Ingrid Hibert, who looks like this woman here. And it's just been curses piling upon curses. I don't need this shit. You know, when you soul swapped and energy harvested, you want to break a debt. I don't need none of that shit. Anyways, with that being said, you know, from what I understand, it was 2 people who are worth, I think, $300 million in real estate in that timeline. That going back to that August 22nd, 2022 timeline. They're the higher selves in my original body. You know, and of the person I believe that took it over, it's complex. You know how the higher selves work with regards to your body. But with that being said, I would have been fucked without Bear Insanity, from what I understand. You know, he was trying to search for me in the spirit plane or some shit like that. The roof, the floor would have fell out from up under me if I was under them people's curse, from what I understand. It's a curse that will fuck your ass up. And fuck you up completely to the point where you ain't got shit, you living on the streets. You ain't just schizophrenic, you dying in your sleep. That's how severe this shit is. So if it wasn't for Bear Insanity, I don't appreciate the fact that he let me down this road. He actually was in charge of my timeline, so I think still is. I think them 2 crackers are now, the ones going back to August 22nd, 2022 timeline. But anyways, he set it up for me to have a basket. And, You know, from what I understand, the proverbial fork in the road for me was the minute I started going down the road of getting into spirituality in any degree, outside of Christianity, outside of Islam, which I got a lot to talk about with that shit. And it's not bad, it's just truths. Anything outside of praying to God, to source, I was fucked. When I was in high school, I didn't like this high school I attended, Xavier Prep. So I wanted to use magic, so I got into Satanism so I could change schools through magic. Kind of like the butterfly effect. That's exactly the outcome I was looking for. And at one point, my mother, in my sophomore year, wanted to change high schools. But getting into spirituality, and I hate to say it, man, somebody around me as well, fucked my motherfucking ass up. Because he really wanted my spiritual powers. You know, from what I understand, as part of this whole thing, I'm supposed to be in the incarnation of Hecate or some shit like that. It's connected to Hathor. She's actually connected to Hathor in the spirit plane. And they're going to show you Zendaya, but it's actually supposed to be me, and I'm supposed to be made a sacrifice for that. This shit's got to go. You can play 8127 hertz to get curses off of you. But anyways, that set me up for the road. The minute I, get into any sort of spirituality, for me to go down to hell realms. Go into hell. You can use 125 hertz, 1185 hertz, to free people from hell realms, 156 hertz, spirit jars. And that's where I've been ever since. The only silver lining I had came from sainting. You know, if you want material blessings and you want to make sure you get them, you fuck with the Baphomet, which I have a ring of right here. We all got interconnections to the Baphomet. The Illuminati, I believe, or them two people have mine. My Baphomet, I keep talking about going back to when I was a child, before Jay-Z even blew up, having recurring visions of him being backstage and all with a couple of other kids, stealing our shit, stealing our blessings. In the spirit plane, the Illuminati, they were going to do this to Madonna. And from what I understand, she's one of the people that's energy harvesting off of me. I have actually seen like alternate timelines of hers physically. Videos, that's why I say it's see, like this curse, it externalizes your timelines from within. So you're able, just like in that film, The Butterfly Effect, to see shit physically from other timelines and realms that you shouldn't see, like that Ricky Bascom.
We beating cases, we don't give a fuck about the law. Bring the ops to Missouri, that's where my dad practiced law. I ain't heard of Rico, but he sounds like a Mexican. And I don't really trust Mexicans. Tank and we get the money and we get it quick. I don't read contracts, I just start signing shit. If you do drugs, get the fuck out my face. And if you drink alcohol, that's just as bad as being gay. I've been in the stew, I've been practicing, bitch. I've been working on my voice. Y'all so fucking lazy, ain't never did shit. Y'all made me pro-choice. She was bisexual, but I just turned the bitch right back to normal. I'm the new conversion therapy, baby. I can get your ass acting moral. Trying to make some money, cause goddamn these bitches so fucking fine. I'm hoping black people get reparations, cause I know they'll buy some studio time. Got my lashes done, my glitter jacket, my face beat, everybody see it. I love to embarrass all my bitches. Baby, I'm the male Jada Pinkett. Everybody think they know Rick, they think they know what I'm about. Everybody thinks shit funny till we 5 deep outside the Waffle House. You come to my city, you gotta check in. You gotta pay a fine, you better cash that Big Rick before you pass that Arkansas state line, pussy. Had to start rapping, I was in a rock band, but the shit doesn't work. Y'all get on my nerves, quit acting stupid, bitch. I don't wanna play Freebird. I'm not civilized, bitch. I'm still screaming, fuck United States. I might go beat up a white man, now he's wearing blackface. Do my own makeup.
That nigga don't even look real. With that being said, I feel drained from all this shit. I'm trying to gather my thoughts together because my consciousness is all fucked up. The Illuminati, they were going to do this with Madonna. And I have some soul tie with her. Not just as part of this curse, from what I understand and from what I've seen. She's taken a lot of my shit. Her higher self is named something Urantina. Loriana Urenti or something. They were going to set her up to be raped. And I actually had that one night where I had entity attachments of motherfuckers associated with Trump, but I think it was deceptive. I don't think it was actually them. Come in and take my shit. You know, in the spirit plane, when they rape you, they're turning you into a prostitute form where they take all your shit, and they just keep taking all your shit. So that manifests in the physical is you being poor, becoming schizophrenic, because you know for a fact something ain't right spiritually. Your shit's going somewhere else, and you know where it's going, but people will look at you and say, what the fuck are you talking about? Because they don't understand the cold science, and they don't understand how motherfuckers, even though you may not be, it's just like with the Jay-Z situation between me and him, you may not be known in the physical. You have a soul ties, just like what I saw with Jay-Z. My Baphomet is connected to his, or really he took a part of my Baphomet. As I said before, we all have interconnections to the Baphomet, and took a lot of my blessings, as well as them kids' blessings. And from what I understand to this day, them kids are successful materially in like regular jobs, but they're not hugely successful materially like he is. And that's because of them soul ties. With that being said, Satan, who I've always had a close relationship with, I found out that as part of this curse, he was one of the ones along with the Alex Nacimiento entity here. My body. That night on August 22nd, 2022, he was the one who I heard it was a test, helped me get some of my blessings, helped me get on game show networks without prejudice, like the lady suggested, who suggested Primrose, Rock of Love with Bret Michaels, and helped me have a small modicum of fame. But because I had a major soul piece missing due to, in part, Baron Samity, it was a teacher, Miss Preston, who said something that was almost like an MK Ultra code, meant to initiate the curse, and I lost a major soul piece when she said, drop the English accent. It did something to my soul, the interior of me, the heart of me, that fucked me up. And I never understood how something that innocuous could do so much damage, but he took a major soul piece of mine, and from what I understand, I think he did the same thing to my grandfather. But it was Baron Samity that took me in as a sacrifice. From what I understand, if I was under Satan, I would be like this or worse. But it was Satan that gave me a shot. So if you want material fame, you got to go to Satan, or else you have to go to the Baphomet. And I think Zenu might be another one. They call him Lamb. He was one of the Lamb entities that met up with Aleister Crowley. And here's somebody that took an actual physical picture of a Lamb entity. That works with the Ashtar Command, Ashtar Galactic Command. That shit's higher than God. That shit's higher than everything. If anything, I believe in aliens. You know, I believe that aliens are superior. And I ain't talking about just the Zeta Grays and all that. I'm talking about, one thing I found out about the Zeta Grays is they'll show you all this. You gotta protect the earth and all of that. So that so they can get into your heart chakra and steal your shit. I don't know how true that is, and LaRose Spears were telling me that, but I don't know how true that is. And them motherfuckers, I also heard it's something connecting to Machu Picchu. Insectoids rule everything. They're our creators. You know, it's very similar to Starship Troopers, to what you saw at the end of Men in Black. Now, with that being said, proceeding on, I got energy harvested bad last night. I had some of my old spirit guides and stuff come in, try to help out. But I had a lot of my main consciousness stolen. You know, I've been wanting to play frequency, but it could have a bad effect. It could, it's not the word backlash, but there's a word when something goes against you when you think it's supposed to work with you. It could backfire. You know, and in some cases, they can set it up to where frequencies don't work for you. And so I'm like down to the wire, but I still have some spiritual protection. So with that being said, I've been trying to fight off her higher self, and get her out my energy body. And this didn't collapse to where somebody else's higher self came in. This guy here. Name and Efranasi or some shit like that. Moroccan spelling. He took a connection to God, an entity attachment that connects you to God, that we all have. And he took that. And I've been trying to get that back, you know, using 1714, 1715 hertz, but I just want to make sure I get the right one. So I've been letting entities like Oshun, Ogun, Yemeya try to put me together. They're really good, by the way. They're really, really good. Also, Loki. I'm going to say something right now. I learned that the Norse gods, they're not under the Illuminati like the other gods, even the Greek gods and the Roman gods are. Fucking lips look blue like I'm dead. They're independent. I'm going to also say something right now. There was something else I wanted to say, but this evil shit made me forget. But it's going to come back to me. But, I'll bring you something. I've had my knowledge fucked with by this evil bitch too. I used to love teaching people what I know on YouTube, man. I miss them days. I really do. I don't like being like this. I don't like being in this situation. It kills me. It hurts more than anything. I was saying something about the Norse gods and Loki. Loki is actually the origins for the devil.
You know what? You're full of shit.
I learned during this curse that I'm supposedly related. Wetback. She just said nigga, so I'm going to say that. I don't play that shit. I actually, when I was in the shelter last night, I had a beanbag start mimicking me when I cough, and I hear the word mayate thrown around, so I say wetbag and I say beanie bag. Hold it before I call ice on your ass, and I will report your ass to ice. I actually, that's why I don't, you know, this woman was smiling at me, and that's why someone was telling me don't engage them people, because them motherfuckers are, you know, like I said, the demiurge is different, the Yoda build is different. It's Quetzalcoatl. Everybody else has a demiurge of the material realm that's a black god that rules over us. But theirs is a white man that was shapeshift into a dragon, Yoda Bale, which our demiurge has. You know, Trick by the Light talked about it. Wetback. But anyways, with that being said, I'm just trying to remember. It feels like the more I start to expose that Maria Tavarez, the more shit becomes adversarial towards me. I get attacks from my backs. You know, I had one come over earlier, a little boy looking for a fight, and I put his ass right in his place. I said, I'll call ice on your ass in New York second. Get the fuck out of here. You know, I really want to wear my Trump shirt and all of that and my MAGA hat, but something telling me don't do it because you're going to get kicked out. But I was talking about the Norse gods and how they're independent. But there was something else I wanted to talk about as well. All right, something to do with Loki. Oh, this one I wanted to mention. If you have any sort of Norse ancestry, like many blacks do, Anglo-Saxon, they're very, very good for fighting shit off. The Knights Templar will appear in your timelines. I've actually called on them and they've helped me out. And I remember at the commencement, the beginning of this curse, I remember hearing the Knights Templar through radio saying, we got to fight these demons off this woman. And, you know, like I said, I was living on the PCH at the time. I was comfortable. Living in my car. I didn't see what was coming at the time. So, this shit fucking with I got to get this shit off. I got to get this Maria Tavarez wetback bitch off, man, because this is just the most evil fucking thing to have something invade your consciousness and start fucking it up and fucking with it. Made me forget what I was going to say and everything else. And I felt it last night. You know, she does something where she'll take your entity attachment so she can enter into your soul consciousness and start fucking with you from there. Like I said, I try to work with them spirits to get this shit out, you know, but I be wanting to use frequency and shit so bad, I actually called on Anubis, my ancestors, and I can feel it in my spirit body and my bones. I'm related to the Egyptians like many black people unknowingly are. And they were, let me show you this picture of Nefertiti's shadow appearing in place of mine. They started coming through the cleansed house, and I'm going to say something right now. The reason why the Illuminati could not touch Michael Jackson is because he's of Egyptian godly royalty. So they couldn't touch him. And this right here shows it. The Illuminati is beneath Hecate, and they're beneath, what you call that? They're beneath the Egyptians. That's why they use a lot of Egyptian motifs. You know, I know this downtown, even though this is more Anunnaki and Mesopotamian, they're big on, you know, doing this, which is supposed to represent, you know, purportedly, in conspiracy circles, stealing the power of Ra. Somebody broke that down a long time ago. There was something I wanted to say after the Norse gods. In Loki, it's a nut. You can also call on the planets for help, Jupiter and all of that. But like I say, when somebody, usually people can work something like this right on out. But when you're as energy harvested as I am, and you don't have the spiritual protection, from what I understand, when that woman put that dubbick on me, they just kind of wrote my ass off. And even my enemies, the higher selves of Ingrid Hibert and stuff, really it was an Indian man, from what I understand, from Malibu. He came around to try to help woke that shit out and protect me as much as he could. That's how bad that shit from that beanie ass bitch is, that beanie bag, I say. And like I said, I've been feeling like, and I actually heard a Hispanic lady say this on the bus as well, feeling like I'm in between worlds. I'm not fully in the world of the living. There's a lot more that I want to say, but this energy harvesting and all of that, this is gonna have to stop. Having my energy body, I've seen the Illuminati in my timelines, and I saw Maria Tavarez working with them. And doing something to throw me off. It's a Rubik's Cube, they call it. You can use 1.15 hertz to throw off the deception, to hide where my parents are at. And like I said, in that timeline, they got turned into rubble. But I swear there was something important that I wanted to say regarding the Norse gods, but I totally forgot. It might have been about the Knights Templar. Another interesting thing I've noticed, I think these pictures show them. Including burqa-wearing entities. I've seen burqa-wearing entities that do Tai Chi, and that using the 4 elements of energy protects you from evil entities. That's why Allah has people make prayers to him and give them the energy the way he does. He has them people in them Islamic countries, I hate to say it, kind of enslaved. Them people used to be under Zoroastrianism, and them gods, from what I understand, their shit was so bad that when you die, you go into a realm of sand. Ancient Samaria, and God was protecting them from it. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I have a lot of occult knowledge due to this curse, and I'm going to say this. Your boy Allah is an energy vampire. He's actually originally a human. I'm just going to say that. And I'm going to say this as well, the Shaitan were actually fallen angels. You can use 3517 hertz, 3571 hertz to put them back to what they used to be. That's, I ain't trying to go up against, like somebody said a long time ago, my hands are too short to go fight God. Like I say, from last night, I'm missing a lot of my consciousness from something that should be just simple to get out my spirit, my energy body. It shouldn't be something taking up this much time, and them road spirits were trying to attack it as best as they can. They're trying to set it up so I get all my shit back. It's aggravating feeling shit move around in your body, moving shit in a dramatic way. It's not doable. It's not sustainable. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do this reading. I'm going to update the blog tomorrow, probably today or tomorrow. It's not going to take me that long. I got to piss. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take a piss and use my third eye to see what's coming for us. I just wish I could remember what I was going to say about the Norse gods. They're one of the many entities, them along with the Ashtar Command, Ashtar Galactic Command. The Illuminati can't touch them. That's why I say I ride with aliens, I fuck with aliens, but I wish I could remember what I wanted to say. Right back, what back? Thank you, say Mayate. Ice. That shuts him up. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and take a piss, and then I'll be right back. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember what they got. My consciousness is so fucked up, it's not even funny. They keep doing something where with the trick of entity attachments, they'll throw entity attachments out there. Make me think that it's mine, and then I pull it back, and then it fucks up something in my spirit body. So with that being said, I know I'm not fully in the world of the living. I'm going to say why. I was talking with a good friend of mine's, and next thing I know, he turns around in a weird manner, like it's the shell of his, like it's his astral body. Like it's the shell up, like he's not fully inhabiting in it, and say in a weird manner, almost like possessed, I'm an entity attachment. I'm an entity attachment. I wanted to say that again because it paused. So I know I'm fully not in the world of the living. It's terrible what I did with that Maria Tavarez. I had to update it. My blog post on it, on them, and what's going on between me and them. Burned my parents' body in that August 22nd, 2022 timeline and everything else, so that I could no longer get back in that timeline and have them as a sacrifice, from what I understand, should cut through a wetback to the Illuminati. You can use 1248 hertz frequency to get rid of them. If they use Rubik's cubes to confuse you in the spirit plane, keep you from seeing something, where something is, accurately, 1115 hertz. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and use my third eye to see what's going to happen for today. I might just cut it short and set it up to where it's not that much, but I see a lot of adversity coming towards you, but I see you knocking it down. Let me try to get this reading out the way, because my energy body is destroyed and everything else. I got to do something to put it back. And I feel physically destroyed. Not in a normal sense. I feel this shit physically. Every day. I keep having those shoes songs singing in my head. Alright, so we're going to put these together. Alright, so in the obstacle position, we got the Two of Swords. And I feel that there's something. Another thing too is, if I, like them road spirits try to quell themselves, if I was to get rid of them, theoretically, Maria Tavarez will bring her own roach attachments in that are worse. You know, the ones that helped me out, they got to tranquilize themselves so I don't feel all this shit as dramatically. You know, from what I understand, the Bear Insanity, I had similar shit happen. But I was made not to feel it, which is a blessing. So the Two of Swords, in the obstacle position, I feel that you have two warring entities going after you. Two warring factions that's trying to fight you. So right here, in the present position, we got judgment. And we got something that's coming along to cast favoritism on you, help you out in a very, very perilous, fucked up situation. So for the future, we got the Page of Swords. And I feel like you just going to come into your own power and you're just going to start fighting shit. So in the subconscious, we got the Page of Cups. And I feel that's what you're wanting for. You're looking for satisfaction and for escape from a very fucked up situation. I got present danger. So for the Ghost card, we got the Sun. And I feel that that's going to be something that you're going to reach. You're going to get a very positive outcome from a very dreary situation like I'm trying to do with Maria Tavarez. So for the advice card, we got the World. I feel something is saying to you that you deserve and that you're better than where you're at and you deserve a lot more. So for the energy all around you, we got the Ace of Wands, and I feel it's warring factions. It's warring factions that's trying to help your ass out, and it's warring factions that's trying to keep you down. And I feel that the warring factions trying to help you out are going to come out on top. So right here, for the Fears and the Hopes card, we got the Nine of Cups, and I feel that you're going to be reaching a place of happiness very, very soon. So, Three of Cups, we got the Three of Cups as the outcome. And I feel that there's going to be unexpected people coming along that's going to help you out with a victory. You don't see it coming. You don't even expect it, but it's coming. Anyways, if you want a more personalized reading, please contact me at ravenbyterror22 at yahoo.com. Peace. Lord have mercy.